Yo, what's up, guys? Is today Monday? Today is Monday. So, yeah, we're just going to go over what happened this week. So, we had a lot of things going on this weekend. So, we had the NCAA Division One Men's Wrestling Championship. So, they held it in Philadelphia. We're just going to go over the quick results. Same thing for the pans. So, 125, you had Vince Robinson, NC State. Came in number one. 133, you had Lucas Byrd. Shout out to him, Short King. We gotta shout out to Lucas Byrd. Respect to that guy. 141, you got Jesse Mendez, Ohio State. 149, you got Ridge Lovett, Nebraska. Yo, Nebraska did well, huh? Nebraska, I was really impressed with Nebraska, guys. Nebraska, you guys did good. Good job. And I didn't realize their last NCAA champion was Jordan Burroughs in 2011. So they're coming back. Let's see, 157, you had Antrell Taylor, Nebraska. 2 Nebraska guys? Dang. Let's see, 165, Mitchell Messenbrick, Penn State. No surprise there. 174, you had Dean Hamidi. Maybe messed that up. Oklahoma. Oh, I didn't know. I didn't know he was from Oklahoma. Oklahoma State. 184. You had Carter Starachi, Penn State. 197. You had Stephen Buchanan. I'm a huge Buchanan fan. Iowa. And then who beat Josh Barr from Penn State. And then 285. Huge upset. Wyatt Hendrickson beat Gable Stevenson. No one saw that coming. So I do want to shout out to Lucas Byrd though. All those guys are great, but we're going to shout out Lucas Byrd. So we're going to maybe a little bit later, we'll find Lucas Byrd for you guys. Wrestling, yeah, we're going to bring him up later. It's funny because obviously he's famous. But it's like he's more famous for his relationship, which I can't hate on too much, So for Worlds, I'm going to say sorry because it's kind of in kilograms. We're going off BJ Heroes. A few athletes were missing. They're probably just going to do Worlds, for whatever reason. Let's see. Why did they start with the dudes? Where are the girls at? Oh, they did it later. Let's see. Maybe they put both of them there. Oh, I see it now. We're just going to run it through it real quick. Some of these matches, well, I can show Flograppling matches. I can't show any of those NCAA matches. I know for a fact. So 57 kilograms, which is rooster weight, you had Jalen Financier. I never say his name right, from Alianza. 64 light feather, you had Rierson Gabriel, another Alliance guy. Okay, didn't know that guy. That's the kid that beat Baby Shark. Baby Shark lost guys. 70 kilograms featherweight, you had Pato. Lightweight, you had Alexander Jesus. Who did they close it out? I don't know who that guy is. I don't know everybody, so I gotta educate myself. 82, you had Tynan. 88, you had Francisco Lowe. I think that was a closeout. I don't think 76 was a closeout. Maybe I'm wrong. 94, you had Wardzinski. 100 heavyweight, actually no, that wasn't heavyweight. Middle heavyweight, super heavy, you had Nolan Stewart. Shout out to Brea Jiu-Jitsu. And then ultra heavy, you had Marcus Scooby. And then the open weight, you had Gutenberg from AOJ. Female, 48 kilograms, you had Jessica Caroline from Freitas. They got some good guys and good girls. 53, you got Tainara Victoria, Dream Art. 58, you got Maria Luisa Almeida Jiu-Jitsu. 63, you got Jainina. I never say her name right. Labry, AOJ. 69, you got Giselle Minzes, GFT. 74, you got Maka Vincentini. 79, you got Larissa Diaz. 79 plus, you got Gabrielli. And then open weight class, Gabrielli. So a lot of great matches. Almost too many to go over. Jalen, the kid at Roosterweight, did really well. I think this was his first year at black belt or second year. I'm not quite certain. I think he did Worlds last year. Or at brown. He won a brown belt, so this is his first year at black belt. And he had some guys come through. He had Reverson, I think. I don't know where he came out of, but it was a close match. You can see it says 2-2. Ref decision, so that was a close one. Pato and Cole, they both closed out their finals. Lightweight, it was Jackson the Guy versus Alexander Jesus. Yeah, so I gotta educate myself on him. And middleweight, you had kind of a similar match you guys have seen, Tynan versus Andy. 6-0, Jesus. I mean, I can't say much, I wasn't doing too much out there either myself, so I can't say too much. Middle heavy closeout, you had Francisco Lowe and Mateus Luna. Heavyweight Wardzinski versus Roberto. We might check that match out. You guys want to check that match out? Semifinals, and super heavy, you had Nolan Stewart, kind of a new up and coming kid too. And then a lot of good matches. So let's actually take a look at that Wardzinski match. And I think I can play a little bit of this, and I won't play all of it, because I want you guys to check it out for yourselves, right? Always check it out for yourselves. Don't just rely on me. Don't just rely on me doing everything, guys. I want you to watch it. Break down the video for yourself.
This entire event, Adam Wardzinski has never looked better in his entire career.
Yeah, he's looking good. I mean, pause on that. Jiu-jitsu-wise, guys. Got Murillo. I guess he's coaching Roberto. So, again, we're just going to watch some of the stuff.
Not the first time Adam and Roberto have faced off. Compete against one another at the 2023 Pans, where Adam won via choke from the back. Roberto on a single leg puts Adam down for 2 points.
I just can't figure out how Wardzinski's able to
in on the butterfly
fight
guard
off these guys. I gotta learn something from him.
Roberto trying to stand up to defend, but see how Wardzinski, he throws his butterfly hook behind the ankle to force his opponent to sit.
And he's got that belt grip. Usually when he gets the belt and sleeve grip, he'll end up getting a sweep.
One of the things that is so powerful about the butterfly guard is once you sweep, you typically end up in a really strong passing position. Look at this. Roberto Jimenez is on the back.
One hook for Roberto.
I think Wardzinski's,
Adam recovers.
I mean, he's so big, like it's hard for them to take the back and to get around him.
That's going to be an advantage,
so that
though,
gives
for
him
Roberto.
a chance to get back to his butterfly.
Not out of the woods yet. Roberto might pass the guard here.
Oh, Roberto almost on the back again.
So, I mean, Roberto couldn't take the back.
One hook
He's
for
trying.
Adam, doing such a good job getting his shoulders to the mat.
But I think Wardzinski's
going to be
just
2
that
points
right
for
size
Roberto
where, like,
still.
it's not going to be easy for anybody to, like,
now
just
on the board.
jump on him. And all he's got to do is weather the storm.
Gets a butterfly hook back, and he's going to try to create some space.
We're going to fast forward,
Roberto's
guys.
trying to keep those knees
We're going to fast forward a little
together.
Fly guard. Roberto needs to be very careful because it could be an immediate passing situation, and we have seen Adam Wardzinski's passing. Look at this tilt sweep.
Knee lever sweep for Adam Wardzinski. He comes up.
Let's watch that again. That
2
was nice.
Seen Adam Wardzinski fly guard. Roberto needs to be
So he's
very
controlling
careful
both sleeves and kind of like a John Wayne kind of leg positioning
Adam
there.
Wardzinski's passing. Look at this tilt sweep.
Knee lever sweep for Adam Wardzinski. He comes up. 2 points.
Heavyweight final is already shaping up to be interesting, Danny.
I've told you that
Adam Wardzinski passing the guard of Roberto.
His passing's been
Adam in a great position.
what's helped him score.
We see him always bring his knee to the other side. Mount for Adam Wardzinski.
7 points. Oh my goodness.
Dang, he did get
what
that
a
mount.
turnaround.
Eventually, whatchamacallit does jump out of there somehow. I don't know how he got out of there. How'd you get out of there? How did he get out of there, guys?
Gets back to somewhat of a guard.
We got ADD over here. We gotta fast forward through some of this stuff.
Though, is Adam Wardzinski still with this double underhook?
Yeah, it looks terrible.
Still a lot of pressure here from Adam. Roberto escapes.
Oh, look at this.
He's going to be out.
Okay, so 2 points for Roberto. Still
he was
up
in the half guard, yeah.
by 4 advantages. 1 minute, 40 seconds.
That was a long time to be in Adam Wardzinski's
Oh, my
mount.
goodness!
Wardzinski's too big to jump around.
Roberto
like, you try to jump around him, and
cartwheel his way around the guard.
he still can grab you.
You can tell this is something he specifically prepared. to deal with the butterfly guard for. Another advantage.
1 minute, 15 seconds left. 9-4 lead for Adam Wardzinski. Roberto's far from done, though.
Only a little over a minute for Roberto Jimenez to potentially make this comeback.
Oh, he's around to Adam's back. Adam has amazing back defense.
Yeah, he's just too big.
Adam might be able to get back on top.
He's just too big to get around. I mean, I can't do that,
Roberto
guys.
spins.
They jump on me quick.
Looking for the tornado sweep. My heart is beating so fast, Danny.
9 points for Adam. 4 for Roberto.
And Roberto might.
He's got 6 advantages, but now 30 seconds.
What
30 seconds.
a fight.
That was a fun one.
Awesome, guys. Go watch those guys, man. That's a great match. And Roberto he did a good job, man. You know, he had a great showing. So he did absolute, and he did his he did the absolute final, and he did his weight class final. So, you know, that's a lot of energy. That's probably 8 matches, maybe more. Now we got a little article. It says top 5 best grapplers of the animal kingdom. I know you guys love animals. We're just gonna go quickly through. So number 5 is the crocodile. It says alligators are good grapplers. They often grab onto their prey before taking it down to the bottom of a body of water, and spinning it. Hence the gator roll. Gator roll. You know, you do the gator roll when you do like the anaconda choke, or usually some stuff like that. I think that's the only time we do a gator roll. Maybe if you got the baseball, the baseball bat choke from your guard where you're turned on your stomach. It says powerful, specializing in a few moves: the gator roll, snatching limbs, and shooting for explosive takedowns. Weakness: bad cardio, predictable, not well-rounded as it hunts exclusively in water. Doesn't defend a back mount. Doesn't defend back mount well. Number 4, you got the gibbon, and it says extremely agile, mostly a guard player who likes to work spider, butterfly guards. He has a mean arm drag too. So strengths are agility, speed, cardio, technique, timing. Weakness, not very strong, mostly a guard player. Anaconda, you guys know that one. Anaconda has to maneuver to kill, and they use the body triangle. The famous anaconda choke is inspired by the snake. Didn't know that. I guess it makes sense. They have a deadly choke and constrict their prey. Strengths are despite their enormous size. No, that's not really a strength, is it? They're sleek and stealthy. Their jaws are attached to stretchy ligaments that enable these fierce creatures to swallow animals even wider than themselves. Pause on that. After such a large meal, they can go weeks or months without food. Weaknesses: they are cumbersome on land. Number 2, you got the jaguar. I like jaguars. It says it can take out virtually any terrestrial. I don't know what that word is. It can take out any terrestrial found in Central or South America, with a preference for large prey. It's stalk and ambush. It's a stalk and ambush predator rather than a chase predator. The cat will wallow slowly down forest paths, listening for and stalking prey before rushing and ambushing. The jaguar attacks from cover and usually from a target's blind spot with a quick pounce. The species' ambushing abilities are considered nearly peerless in the animal kingdom. Its strengths include its incredible bite force, agility, explosive, patient, speed. Very good at taking the back. Weakness is that it's overpowered by sheer brute force and size. Number 1 is the octopus. Shout out to the octopus guard. In the last video, we did I think we covered a Wardzinski octopus move. And then we also looked at Eduardo Tellez octopus guard. You guys figured that one out. Strengths are flexible, very flexible, strong, intelligent, great memory, tactical, patient. Weaknesses: that is deadly in water but useless outside. Has many predators to hunt them. Yes, that's pretty cool. Where's the sloth at? No sloth? Shouldn't the sloth be up there? It's it's got endurance. It's not strong. Actually, it is strong for its weight, its size, right? But it's got endurance. I believe the sloth should have been on that list. What do you guys think? Let me know in the comments. I got one more story. It says WWE superstar Baron Corbin. I don't know this guy really, but wins double gold at 2025 Pan Jiu-Jitsu Championship. And I think there is a WWE headquarters in Orlando. So, right there. We're going to refresh this. Dun, dun, dun. His name is Bishop Dyer, also known as Baron Corbin. Made waves in the Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu world by securing double gold at the 2025 Pan Jiu-Jitsu Championships. A former NFL athlete, Dyer is now carving out a serious presence in competitive BJJ as well. So this is him. Okay, he's with the old dudes, obviously, but that's pretty good. Purple belt. Okay, man, shout out. I don't really know this guy, but this is him. Dun, dun, dun. I don't know what team he played for, but he was a professional athlete, You got a little beat up, though, I see. Yo, everybody be getting beat up. Oh, that's from training. Whoever said jiu-jitsu is a gentle art, whatever, man. I don't know, man. So we got another story. So we talked a little bit about this guy, Nolan Stewart. He won Pans, and this is his coach, Trumpet Dan. And he says, my student Nolan just took gold in adult black belt at this weekend's Pans. Yep, super heavy. He is 100% homegrown and has been training since adolescence. We are a proudly small school, and I believe we have broken all sorts of molds and preconceptions about what it takes to achieve their top, as well as how to make an income with BJJ. It's been quite a long journey encompassing over 12 years of training. So you got him as a little kid and then him as a big guy. Yeah, so to take someone from kids to adults is pretty tough. And if you guys know Trumpet Dan, he posts a lot. He's kind of behind the ELO and some other stuff. I'm trying to see if anything pops up. But yeah, congrats, man. A lot of these guys just take other people's students. I'm not saying any names, but as soon as the story changes over, we might see someone that takes a lot of students. That's just recruitment. In wrestling, they got the NIL and portal, and in jiu-jitsu, we just got the team trades. Says, were Cole and Diego in the same weight? I thought Diego was much lighter. So they're talking about Pato and Cole closing out. So closeout is when two people on the same team decide not to fight each other in the finals. And so they just, one person takes the gold and another person takes the placing. So I believe Pato took the placing and Cole gets the gold medal, which, who cares about the gold medal? So let's see what it says. It says Pato is the current light feather world champion. He had competitions outside of IBJJF's circuit in a higher weight category and decided not to cut for the first Grand Slam competitions. Cole cuts the feather and is doing his first official season. He started at winning Nogi Worlds in December. Yeah, they shouldn't have closed it out, but it's tough when you have these big teams. And then, every weight class is filled up. They probably got 2-3 athletes in every weight class. So somebody's got to kind of step back. They both had to beat black belt world champions to make it to the finals. Cole beat Samuel Nagai and Pato beat Isaac. Together as a team, we sat down and decided it was not worth it to fight in the finals of this competition. Yeah, but eventually something's going to have to change. Somebody's going to have to move over. Somebody's going to have to change weight classes. Pato, I don't think he could have done light feather because he couldn't cut weight. But why did Cole have to suffer because Pato couldn't go down a weight class? Doesn't seem fair to me. But what do I know? Yeah, they should have just let Cole have it then. If he's not even in his weight class. How many times you got to win Pans, bro? Let somebody else win Pans. If you're a 3-time Pan champion and you can give up one Pan championship to the other guy that needs another title, or needs a title. Said it's not worth it to fight in the finals of this competition. They are great training for each other, and I want them to continue to push each other in training. I think there might have been some friction beforehand, in the just rumors in training. between these guys. So maybe they're just trying to keep them off each other or something. Pause on that. The goal is to compete in different divisions at Worlds to win 2 world titles. Yeah, but that Pan title would have been pretty nice to have for Cole. But, whatever. Let's see. We got some comments over here, some drama. Yo, where's the drama? I'm not looking for the drama, guys. The drama finds me. I'm just reading the stories, and then the drama's right there, and I'm like, well, shoot, okay. It says, wasn't Pato the one that cracked Cole's shin during going for a footlock in training? Not worth risking injuries likely for the same results as the closeout had to be, as the closeout had they competed. And someone says it was a freak accident, but I mean, how's a freak accident cracking someone's shin? I never cracked someone's shin. Let's see. Pato's the reason Cole was out with a messed up leg, so that's the real reason. That's true. Cole might be traumatized. I also suspect Pato does better in training, so Cole let him have it this time. Will probably return favor if the situation happens again. I don't think Cole beats Pato anyway, so no need to fight. Well, we never know. Mendez bros only care when they get their way. Pathetic for teams to do this. They did this stuff with the twins as well. Which twins? The girl twins? Make closeouts illegal and shameful. Yeah, most tournaments we can't do closeouts. 2 brothers just competed in the second round of the NCAA tournament, with the younger brother beating the senior brother and ending his college wrestling career. Oh yeah, that is true. That did happen, guys. Yeah, so some pushback coming from the jiu-jitsu community. I say they should just fight. If you watch the Rotullo bros, they go at it, bro. They don't care. And usually they end up splitting the rewards and money afterwards, but it's a little bit different when it's 2 different athletes trying to cement their legacy and make a name for themselves. Yeah, I don't know. What do you guys think? Let me know in the comments. You guys want to interact with me? Let me know in the comments. That's the best way. Since this show's not live, maybe one day we'll go live, but right now, I think we're doing it. So sponsor time. We got a BJJ Mental Models. So we got different plans. You got the premium, $20 a month. That's not that much money, man. You probably waste more money on stupid stuff than $20 a month. And you get the 7-day free trial. You get all the audio courses. You get the Discord community. You get some other perks. Man, that yoga for BJJ, bro. That makes it worth it, bro. That makes it worth it, because I think yoga for BJJ is $20, or maybe I think it is $20 or something like that. I'm not quite certain, but for $20 you get yoga for BJJ and you get BJJ Mental Models right there. So you can check it out. 7-day free trial. Offer code ALEC, and then they got the premium plus coaching. Same thing, but you get the video review, and you get 1 to 2 reviews per month. And then you get the Premium Pro, which is the same thing, but you get more video reviews. You get 4 video reviews, so one a week is pretty good. And then it offers some other perks, so be sure to check them out, guys. BJJ Mental Models, offer code ALEC. Where is that offer code? It's let's see, offer code ALEC. There you go. Yeah. So that's one sponsor. Other sponsor we got is Inverted Gear. So Inverted Gear, if you're looking for starter gis, they got the white starter gi, the white starter panda, $80. Blue starter panda, $100. Black starter panda, $100. Pink starter gi, $125. So not too bad pricing and good fit and very simple design. Just looks good, man. I mean, simple. Got the Inverted Gear panda. And for me, yeah, why wasn't the panda in the animal tier list, huh? They forgot the sloth and they forgot the panda. Don't they know pandas are the number 1 at inverting? Come on, man. They slacking. Yeah, you guys can check that out. And then, Inverted Gear has got a lot more stuff. They got no-gi gear as well. You can get the BJJ Mental Models rash guard that I have. They have other rash guards. The shorts are pretty good. I do suggest you size up. So if you wear small, go to medium. You wear large, you wear medium, go to large. You wear large, go to XL for the shorts. And then they do mystery panda sales, so you can get 2 shorts for $60 or 2 rash guards for $60. Not a bad deal. And they also got some other gear. You know, they got the fanny pack. I might need that fanny pack, Nelson. $20. Oh shoot. Hey, I might need that fanny pack, Nelson. $20 ain't bad. You know, I got all my jiu-jitsu, all the old school guys got the fanny pack, and I don't know what they put in there. I don't want to know what they put in there, but they got that. And look, you even got the polo. I might need this polo. Look at that. Who else got a polo like that? You know, that way you can represent your jiu-jitsu community, your Panda Nation, but you can also go outside. You can go to work functions. You can go to play golf. You can go anywhere casually and still be okay. And they got white, blue, and black. Nelson, I'm going to need all 3 in size XL or large. Not sure which one. So we mentioned this maybe in 2 videos ago. Emily Kwok, she did a post. It says, "Ode to the Masters. What it means, what it has meant to me." And this is from 2019, guys. 2019 she wrote this post. But we're going to read it, okay? I know you guys hate me reading, but we're going to read it anyway. It says, "As I help some of my students in their last week of preparation before the IBJJF Masters Worlds in Vegas next week, I sit and slightly lament my inability to compete this year due to pregnancy." Well, respect to her. "And I also reflect on why I feel this way. It's not like I haven't had to miss out before. I've competed in many tournaments over the years, and for the most part, they are not places at which I'd voluntarily hang out. The energy is typically nervous and aggressive. Many BJJ matches aren't exciting. The days are long. The crowd is sometimes unpleasant. The air is hot and stuffy. And worst of all, the stench of old, stinky, sweaty geese is heavy. I recall the first time I ventured out to Vegas to coach a student 5 years ago. I'd never been to Sin City, and I'd never been to the IBJJF Masters. My dear friend, Hannette Stack, I think she's from out of Chicago now, had told me long ago that her favorite tournament to attend was the Masters when it used to be held in Brazil. I asked her why, and she told me that it was because the energy was so different from Pans or Worlds, Mundials. You had athletes embracing each other before and after matches. The energy of the tournament was celebratory, and the competitors seemed grateful. At the time we had this conversation, I was still heavily into competing in the adult divisions and couldn't fathom anything else. I was intrigued and told myself that I would go one day to see it with my own eyes. I took a break from competing in 2012 to focus on having a family. 6 years and 2 children later, I questioned if I should attempt to jump back in. I had a school with some avid executive athletes who set an example for me about how to pursue and maintain other priorities while living their own personal best lives. I took on the challenge last year in the midst of a gigantic push from the BJJ community, spearheaded by Karen Peters, to include all age divisions for female competitors as well. I had spent most of my career looking for people like me to fight. Are you a woman too? Was about all I could hope for most of the time. Last year was my first opportunity to fight women at my level, age, and weight. It was like seeing a unicorn. What I found in preparing, competing, and being present at Masters was truly above and beyond what I imagined. There's something so gratifying about putting the work into a fight against other people who had made the time to do this for themselves, along with all the responsibilities and obligations they had in life. These men and women took time away from their partners, children, friends, and jobs to pursue a personal passion and to be able to express it with thousands of other people like them. The vibe is truly joyful and electrifying. Everyone is just elated to be there. It's a moment for them to celebrate who they are, because as we get older, our lives become more complicated, and we may find at times that we are living for everyone and everything else but ourselves. When I fought last year, I was coming out of what I call center of hell. the center of hell years, attempting to raise 2 small children born within 2.5 years of each other, each under the age of 5. It was a breath of fresh air. It was a pocket of time for me to be me again. I was not a vessel. I was not a food source. I was not a pacifier. I got to live, train, and fight for me. I applaud everyone who recognizes how important their own happiness and ambitions are, who takes the challenge of taking themselves on, because I know it's not easy to give back to the self when there are a million other things that demand your attention. The sacrifices you make in time and training pays off. When you recognize that by giving yourself some undivided care, you come back to the rest of your life with a sense of wholeness, and satisfaction. Everyone needs to be reminded from time to time that some part of their life is for themselves. I'm going as a coach and spectator this year. Admittedly, I was very sad when I initially found out I was pregnant because I had hoped to join everyone on the mats. I was sad for all the reasons above, because being a mother might be the hardest thing I've ever done. And though I love my children very much, I enjoyed feeling like myself again. I know it's not the end of the world, and that I'm blessed to have another blubbering ball of squish and love growing inside me. But BJJ helped me find myself throughout different phases in my life, and I needed to know who I was again after motherhood. The Masters Tournament brings me back to why I started the sport in the first place. I began BJJ because it was fun, and it made me feel alive. It showed me in more ways than one that I was a fighter, and that I was capable of taking anything on and bouncing back from hard times. I think it makes many of us feel that way, and once a year, we all gather in Vegas to do it together. Awesome. Good luck to everyone competing. The work is done. Just show up and believe that you deserve to be there. And don't forget to have a great time. Thank you. Thank you, Emily. I think she's actually pretty close to the Panda Nation. So if you guys want to support Emily, check out Inverted Gear. So that was an awesome read, man. Shout out to Emily. Back on Reddit, it says, a wrestler's experience trying BJJ for the first time. I've been wrestling folks for the past 8 years, and I'm definitely at a high level when it comes to wrestling. Are you sure? Okay. Today I did my first BJJ class, and I gotta say BJJ is awesome. Except when I'm trying to take people and they pull guard. You're trying to take them down and they pull guard. Yeah, my wrestling definitely helped me when going live. I rolled with a few blue belts and it was great, even though I just relied completely on rear naked chokes and guillotines. I guess, well, you knew a little bit, right? I even tried rolling with a purple belt and managed to survive for a decent amount of time before I got put in an armbar. I will say the practice/class compared to wrestling practice is definitely not as intense. It was focused a lot more on technique rather than strength and conditioning. I will definitely be back. Hopefully he comes back. Sometimes wrestlers, they're like, I'll be back, and then they disappear. Yeah, well, the training's different, man. We just talked about Emily Kwok. She's talking about the Masters. People, they're older. They got kids. They got jobs. They got a lot of stuff going on in life. They don't have time to be rolling super hard, training super hard. They don't have the time to do the conditioning. So, usually wrestling, you're younger, you're in middle school, you're, scholastic, you're in high school, you're going to college. You got nothing but free time. You can push as hard as you want, but, people 30s and above, they got stuff to do. Body's not working the same. They can't push like they used to. And even the wrestlers don't push like they used to when they're in their 30s, right? So, yeah. But good to see, we're getting a lot more crossover. You got me covering the NCAAs a little bit. Maybe one day, if you guys know anybody in the NCAA or UWW, which is like the United Wrestling Federation, if you guys know anybody over there, hook me up so I can watch those videos and break them down. That would help a ton, and we can actually watch some more matches. Okay. Let's see. So let's bring up Lucas Byrd. I did mention him a little bit. So he's kind of famous because of his relationship with this really tall girl. I mean, she's pretty. I think she did. She's a volleyball girl. If you guys know me, I'm a huge supporter of volleyball. And so this is Lucas with his girl. Is that her? Actually, yeah, I think that's her. So, they have social media where he's the short guy and she's the tall girl, and they kind of play on that kind of thing. But I enjoy it. Shout out to him. I ain't the tallest guy, so to see him out there killing it, good on him. He's doing good. So here's the girlfriend with him. I get some.
Oh, girl over there. They're famous on TikTok.
That's Daniel Cormier.
You can't see her head. She's hugging his parents.
So he won NCAAs.
It wasn't for a lack of trying. He was trying to get to his attack.
Look,
that's his girl.
Look, he's picking.
All right, shout out to those lovebirds. I support it. I support it. Oh, we got Trey over here. So we got Flograppling, and I'm cool with the Flograppling crew. I actually talked to one of the film guys the other day at the Pans. So recently there was a Zapatero event. I'm not sure if I covered it. There's a video there. I will not gonna look at that video. I am not. That thing will get hit quick. So instead, we're gonna watch the Flograppling video about their rankings. They changed their rankings. I don't know how they do it, but they're gonna try to explain it to us. So go ahead, Trey. What you got for us?
The implications for the rankings, right? Exactly. You want to look at these. Let's pull up the 155 Flograppling rankings, because I think some big movers here, particularly obviously DeAndre Corby bounced up from being ranked 7th to number 1, but what else is kind of some of the big movers
Shout
here,
out to
Joe?
Ecological.
Absolutely. Josh, I would love if we get it up on this side screen, by the way, while we're here.
Just a little easier to see.
But DeAndre Corby down at number 7, rises all the way up to number 1. I think that's fair. Diego Pato has had a great run at this weight class, beating guys like Dante, but I think ultimately, he drops that match, and there's so many top guys in that one bracket. It's not like DeAndre was coming out of nowhere. He was already number 7 with some good wins. The only win that would hold him back really would be the Ethan decision loss that he had on WNO, but Ethan was also in the bracket, so I feel like Ethan lost to Josh, and then Josh lost to DeAndre, so it's understandable there. And people just kind of get moved around. Cade Cedos is new to the rankings. Cole Abate ends up dropping, but that's just because he is focusing almost exclusively on 145 lately. We haven't seen him at 155 in a long time, since Aiga, I think. And so he's moving down, but that's the only reason why. Dante Leon, kind of the same reason, just he's only had 3 matches at 155 pounds, so he gets moved down a little bit because of that, and because his best win is Ethan, who dropped, and things kind of go out from there. What held Josh back was a decision loss, or no, points loss, I think it was points, to Gabriel Souza at a recent Fight Pass event. And so I was kind of sitting there for a minute before the finals, like, man, if Josh wins this, it might be Gabriel Souza number 1. You know what I mean? Because he had a loss like a month ago, and I would have to respect that. But DeAndre got it done, and I think things kind of sorted out pretty well from there. What do you guys think?
And just so like the kind of thinking behind putting DeAndre number 1 is, you beat the number 1 guy, you take his spot, keep what you kill type of a thing, right? It's like.
And he had beaten other very tough guys in that same day, right? He beats the number 1 guy, and he beats another top 5 guy, and I think there's another ranked win on there, and he has other ranked wins coming into this. So it's not like it's just a win over Pato is making up his resume, but he does have a win over the number 1 guy.
Yeah.
And maybe if it was like EBI escapes, you know what I mean?
Yeah,
it was super kind of, you could, understand it. But this is a straight-up decision win. He looked great the entire match. He almost took Pato's back at one point, or at least had a really good look at it. I think that was in the overtime. He looked awesome, and I think that he deserves this number 1 ranking. I have to update the pound for pound, too. I don't think I'm going to put DeAndre ahead of Pato in the pound for pound, because Pato still has all his work at 145 pounds to be considered. But I think it's super reasonable that DeAndre is going to be somewhere in that like 14, 15 range when that gets updated.
Yeah, no, I completely agree there for sure. It's like, man, when you obviously we all think the world of Pato, and he's had some incredible wins recently on who's number 1 and everything like that. But it's like, if you beat the guy who's number 1, you kind of deserve to be number 1,
So yeah, you see their thought process. I'm all about ELO. So we talked about Trumpet Dan. That's kind of his pet project. So there should be a formula to, say number 7 seed takes out number 1 seed. Of course, he's going to get a ton of points, but that doesn't automatically mean he's going to jump over a number 1 seed, usually. So I think maybe they should look into the ELO. Maybe they can partner with Trumpet Dan and they can figure out a different system for this, because there's a lot of guesswork going on, a lot of subjective. There's going to be some biases. There's going to be a lot of stuff. But I think if you can quantify, which is what the ELO does, it quantified, if you beat someone this much better than yourself, when I say better, higher score than yourself, you get this many points. You lose to someone, you lose this many points. And, if you can take out the human element almost, the human element is going to be in the equations essentially, but once you take out the biases, and then I think it will be a little bit easier for everybody to understand, because right now, they put DeAndre Corby at number 1. Now is DeAndre Corby number 1? I don't know. He beat Pato that day, but what's the probability of him beating Pato again? It might not. That might have been 1 in 100, 1 in 1,000 times. So yeah, pretty interesting. No hate on Flograppling. They're doing the best they can. I don't think we're gonna do a gym tour. I'm lazy. I'm tired. You guys can't see it, but my face is messed up. It doesn't look that bad right now, but with like proper lighting, it doesn't look pretty. That's it, guys. If you want to donate to the channel, Cash App, Venmo, or hey, you don't want to give me money, go check out the sponsors. Go check out BJJ Mental Models. Get that yoga for BJJ. Get those audio master classes. Hell, get some coaching from them. I don't have a coaching platform. If you guys want to see a coaching platform from me, let me know in the comments. Maybe I can set something up. Otherwise, go get some gear from Inverted Gear, bro. Those polos look good. Those fanny packs, Jer. Go get a fanny pack, Jer. Get one for Carol. Carol. Yeah. If you ain't got no money, like and share this video. That helps a ton. Like and share. Even leave a comment. All right, guys. That's it, man. See you guys soon. Hopefully soon. If I'm in your area, please come train with me. Right now, we in Orlando. Hopefully get back to Atlanta and some other places. So that's it, guys. Stay out of trouble and stay healthy. Os.